Hello and salam. Welcome to Muslim Viewpoint, a new podcast series powered by American Muslim Today, a groundbreaking nonprofit digital newspaper which champions civic engagement. AMT informs and empowers the diverse voices of almost 30 million Muslims here in the U.S. and other Western countries. I'm your host and producer, Maya Gaylor. Today we have an interview with Sarish Sadiq, who is an Alima, female Islamic scholar, and research assistant for the School of Medicine at the University of Sunderland, about her role in the nearly $500,000 project to increase the number of Muslim women who receive cancer screenings in the UK. The initiative was launched after a disparity was found in a 2020 pilot study. Muslim women reported several reasons as to why they did not feel comfortable getting screenings for female-specific cancers. Sadiq and several other researchers from both the UK and United States are adding a religious perspective to life-saving checkups.
I'm Sarish. I studied Islamic jurisprudence and Islamic law. So that's where I come under. I've done my female qualifications as a female scholar, Islamic scholar. So I done my qualifications as that, and then after that, I've pretty much been involved in a lot of community work. And part of that community work, I came to meet Rob, Dr. Fleur, as part of their pilot study. I met them. When they launched the pilot study in, I think it was 2020. Yeah, they launched a pilot study in 2020, and I was part of that, and I got to meet them. And then thereafter that, when they applied for the funding with Cancer Research UK, after they received funding, then I've come onto the project as a research assistant and their female scholar advising Muslim women. So that's a bit of my background.
Awesome. Yeah, so then if you could just tell me about your involvement in this project to get more Muslim women to receive cancer screenings.
Okay, so originally the previous project, it was a very small scale research by the team, and there were several reasons. They had seen that there was lower uptake of Muslim women screening. Because of that, in their pilot study, what we done is we got a few different groups of Muslim women from different backgrounds together, and we asked them the reasons why many of them haven't decided to uptake screening or what makes them hesitant. And most of the feedback that we got, it was because they didn't have enough knowledge about screening, or they were feeling shy about it, they weren't comfortable with it. It was sometimes the fear of, like, if they booked an appointment, would it be a male doctor they've seen? Would it be a male nurse they've seen? So there was many different things, and it was good to get that feedback. So that's what our pilot study showed us, why most people don't take it. And then after our pilot study, we had lots of positive feedback from our pilot participants, and the organisers then hope to do more research and find out why how we could help Muslim women. So the main aim even of this project is to empower the Muslim women community with knowledge that they need for screening, and how crucial screening can be, because we all know that when screening is done and things are detected very in the early stages, it can be treated. And I think that's the kind of that's the crucial information that a lot of our Muslim community women don't have. And it's mainly to help them and why they're hesitant in it, understanding why they're hesitant, and as a group trying to change that, as a team trying to bring ways to change that. So that's the team of like what we're planning to do. And obviously our project is run jointly with, like, Cancer Research UK are the ones funding it, but it's also run quite closely with the University of Glasgow and the University of Sunderland as well. So we've got a team of people, and the good thing about our team is that it's not just a team people. It's not people just from the UK. We have people from international as well. And we've got Professor Asim Padella. He's quite I think he's from University of he's from America, one of the universities in America. He sits in our meetings as well. He's really good, and he gives us a lot of feedback and a lot of information on screening and how what's worked in America as well. So we have him that he helps us with our project as well. So we've got a team of different types of researchers and people that are good with other things. So everybody brings something different to the table. So that's a bit about like the project. So our first phase of the project is workshops. And last time in 2020, because of coronavirus and because of restrictions, all the pilot study was online. But this time we are hoping we're going to have workshops. Well, we are going to have workshops in person and online. And we want to know, we're going to be obviously looking what works better for women, how different they will be, whether workshops online and in person as well. So that's the first phase of the study. And then the second phase of the study will be, we're going to be giving out surveys to assess if it changed anyone's attitude or it changed people's knowledge about screening. So that's going to be our second phase of study as well.
All right, yeah. And you mentioned a few of the reasons as to why Muslim women weren't getting the proper screenings. So if you could tell me, a little bit more about those reasons, and then how how this plan, this project wants to adjust, how the medical community should adjust and cater to them.
Okay, so one of the big reasons that we did come across in the pilot study is the people in the Muslim community don't actually have enough knowledge about screening, like the process of screening, what what screening entails, or the benefit of actually screening. And I think that's important. That could be like a cultural reason why they don't have that knowledge. Sometimes barriers can be in the sense of when leaflets do come through and they're only in English and not in other languages, etc. So we took note of these things as well. So these are different things of why women don't get the screening done. So we are hoping, even through our project, that's one of their main reasons for having myself as a female scholar coming onto the project, was to be able to give women a faith-based reasons for screening, and to be able to answer any queries that they have. Obviously, from a health perspective, I'm unable to answer queries, but from an Islamic perspective, I am able to answer any queries that Muslim women have, or any worries that they have. And another reason why many Muslim women have thought twice about screening is because they're unsure whether they'll see a male doctor or a male nurse, but that's is generally cause of modesty that we maintain. And so we have spoken to different like health boards, etc., to see what they have in place for that. So we are hoping that once from this study, because we will have at least 200 women taking part of our study. So that's a lot of women that we will have to get information from. So once we have that information, then we will be hopefully able to adjust to what their needs are. Yeah. And another thing within our faith is a lot of people are come under the impression of, like, if God's given us this illness, then like we bear it. But where I come in, I explain to them, if God's chosen you to have a certain illness, if your screening's detected, if cancer's detected, etc., but God's also given us medicine to cure us as well. So giving them that understanding that in everything, we are required patience, but not patience of not looking after your body. That's a right that we look after the body that we've been given by God. So yeah, so in that sense, we will have doctors on board, part of the project, part of delivering as well, and myself as a female scholar delivering. We will also have people like speaking about people that have gone through cancer and how it was detected. We'll be having people speaking about that as well. So we done that as part of our pilot study, and it was a big eye opener for many people, because we had people from a different age group. So we had someone from an older age group and someone from a younger age group, to show that it's not, many times we have the misconception is like only the ones that are over 50s, they'll kind of get cancer. So we had someone from that took part that was under 50, and they spoke about their cancer and how it was detected through cervical screening. And I suppose that show people that it can happen to a younger generation as well. So
yeah, right. So exactly. So why is it important to have this perspective of diversity and inclusion in the medical field?
The reason why it's important to have that is because it's important to recognize that, general approaches that might not target everyone. So if you have inclusion, then that's going to target different people. So the general approach to screening isn't targeting the Muslim community, because that's why there's still a low intake of it. So that doesn't work for everyone. So if you target a specific group, and you're going to you're tailoring according to their culture, and you're able to understand their culture, then you're going to get a better outcome. So that's where we're mainly kind of getting at, is the reason why we're targeting that group is because it's of a low intake, and the low intake is because of not enough knowledge on it, maybe, or not enough understanding of the importance of it. So that's where we're hoping that it will help. Does that answer your question? Sorry.
Yeah, no, it does. It does. Thank you. So what do you guys hope to accomplish with this project?
So our main objectives of the project is that to empower the Muslim community and give them the knowledge of screening, and be able to make them understand how important and crucial it is, and what screening can detect at an early age, when it's done early rather than later. And we're hoping that people have that understanding. We're not there to kind of force people that you'll have to go for screening. It's more of making them understand the importance of screening. And then we are hoping that we will listen to their feedback, etc., to see what they think after we deliver that. So we will be doing that through the workshops, and obviously within our workshops we'll have a doctor that will talk about the screening, then we'll have myself that will talk about the Islamic perspective of screening, and then we will have hopefully 2 members that have maybe gone through screening, and they were able to detect things were able to detect for them quite early or whenever, and be able to talk about their experience of screening and why they found it important. So yeah, that is our aim, to hopefully give that knowledge.
Thank you for joining us this week. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at American Muslim Today. If you'd like to read more about this story and access more digital content, feel free to check out our website, AmericanMuslimToday.com. We'll see you next week on The Muslim Viewpoint.